Breaking news in Duluth Spirit Valley neighborhood tonight. Officers are involved in a standoff, now negotiating with an armed and dangerous suspect. CBS3's Quinn Gorham is there right now. Quinn.
Well, I'm standing here on the corner of Grand and Central in West Duluth, where the armed standoff is taking place. If you take a look behind me, you'll see all of the police cars lined up. They're negotiating actively with the suspect in one of the windows of this apartment building. They're talking through the window, trying to talk that suspect down. Most of the residents of that apartment complex have made their way out. We're told that by the property manager of the building. Now, there's a lot we don't know about this situation, but what I can tell you is this all started around 12:30 this afternoon. That's when Duluth police started getting reports of crimes happening in both Duluth and Superior, including an attempted bank robbery, car theft, and a police chase through the Twin Ports area this afternoon. Eventually, around 3 this afternoon, the chase ended here at this building. Duluth city officials tell us it's the Memorial Park apartment building that Center City Housing owns. No word if there are any residents inside that building. That is information that we have verified. Most residents have made their way out, actually. Police say no injuries have been reported, but at this point, they're asking the public to stay away.
We're trying to keep people away from the area. We're trying to use distance to keep people safe. And while we're getting our tactical teams and officers in place so that we can secure him in one location so he's not mobile again, and then ultimately work on a peaceful settlement.
Police also told us nearby schools, including St. James Elementary, went into lockdown for an unknown period of time during the incident. Police have not shared anything about the suspect or what may have led up to today's events. Now, again, this is an ongoing standoff involving Duluth police and an armed suspect. It's a developing situation. The public is being asked to stay away. We'll keep you updated as the night goes on.
It's something that we'll continue to follow tonight. Thanks again, Quinn. Now, Dave joins us for a quick look at that weather forecast. Dave, despite that, a little foggy, a little rainy today to start off the day.
Yeah, and the clouds have taken our temperatures down. Nobody cracked the 80s like the past couple of days. Looking at our high temps, it was still tolerable and still warmer than normal. You know, the normal is around 60 this time of year. And today, we seem to have run a range of about 68 to 72 for most towns. But a few other places did get a little bit warmer. I spoke too soon. The UP still cracked the 80-degree mark. Ironwood and Watersmeet on the warmer side. Well, overnight tonight, we could all be on the wetter side for a little while. That low-pressure system moving very slowly through our area still brings us a 50% or so chance for showers and thunderstorms tonight, a 40% chance for showers and storms tomorrow, and now it looks like a 30% chance for some follow-up sprinkles could last into Sunday before that high dries us up on Monday. Short-term forecast, 50% chance for the precip tonight, 40% for the stuff tomorrow, 67 the high temp tomorrow, so temperatures continue to slide slowly. I'll talk about where they'll dip to coming up in a few more minutes.
Perfect. Thank you, Dave. Applefest is back in Bayfield this weekend. The festival typically draws tens of thousands of people to that small town in Wisconsin, but it was canceled last year due to the pandemic. This year, as the festival returns, CBS3's Quinn Gorham shows us how local businesses are excited to once again have people back on the streets.
Applefest is a huge weekend for tourists and festival goers from all over, but they're not the only ones highly anticipating the events as local business owners prepare for one of their biggest weekends of the year. The small town of Bayfield comes alive every fall for its annual Applefest, an event that business owners in town say provides a huge boost to their yearly income. But after the festival was canceled last year due to the pandemic, a lot of those businesses took a major financial hit. Amy Sherrard, co-owner of Morty's Pub in Bayfield, says their business, like a lot of others in town, is seasonal. So Applefest weekend provides a huge chunk of their yearly income before they close for the winter. She says the huge influx of people each year is helpful, but it requires a lot of preparation.
It's a different type of business for us than what we do throughout the year, because it's just our limited menu, things like that. So it's just fun to have a few days of just different and busy.
Sherrard says they don't know what to expect this year, but they're excited for this year's event. We may not know the exact impact this year's event will have, but one thing's for sure. Having Applefest back in Bayfield is a huge treat.
Looks delicious. Applefest starts today and carries through Sunday. And here are some events that you can expect there. There are craft food vendors out in the streets for most of the weekend. The Bayfield Fireman's Fish will start at 11 tomorrow morning and go until they're out of food. The apple peeling contest is from 1 to 2 on Saturday afternoon, along with the Apple Queen coronation that night. Finally, the Grand Parade starts at 2 Sunday afternoon. There's also plenty of music and entertainment throughout the weekend. For a full list of events, head to the Applefest website. Well, after 8 years back and forth over permits, oil is running through Enbridge's Line 3 pipeline tonight. Line 3 carries crude oil from Canada to Superior. The replacement project was completed despite stiff opposition from tribes, environmentalists, and others. They argued it violated treaty rights, would worsen climate change, and risk spills. They're vowing to keep fighting, even though their legal options are fading. More than 900 people have been arrested or ticketed at protests along the route since construction began in December. Enbridge argues this replacement project was necessary to protect all the communities and the environment along the route. They also say they went through years of regulatory review from the state and finally got the green light for the project back in December. Meanwhile, all St. Luke's employees are now required to be vaccinated against COVID. That mandate, announced in early August, went into effect today. Staff was supposed to have their first dose by September 1st and be fully vaccinated by today. The Duluth hospital was one of the many across the state and the nation to put mandates like this into place. They hoped it would help prevent a COVID surge this fall and protect staff. Coming up tonight at 10, we'll hear from St. Luke's leaders about how many staff members chose not to get the vaccine and how that could affect their staffing moving forward. Some staggering numbers out of Minnesota today. The state reported more than 3,700 new COVID cases. 130 of those are in St. Louis County, 35 are in Itasca County, 13 are in Carlton County. Data shows a majority of those new cases are among school-aged kids. In our region right now, the state is tracking Northwood's Secondary in Cook, Big Forks Elementary and High Schools, and International Falls High School and Elementary School. All those school buildings reportedly have at least 5 confirmed cases among students and staff. Minnesota lawmakers have $250 million in federal COVID-19 aid to give away, but they can't agree on how to spend it. The Frontline Pay Working Group is tasked with figuring out how to divide the money among frontline workers. The panel blew past a Labor Day deadline, and the St. Paul Pioneer Press reports its Republican and Democratic members are still at odds over who should get the money and how much they should receive. Republicans want to offer the tax-free bonus to those workers who they say took on the greatest risk. Democrats want to spread the money more widely. A Superior staple turns 125 years old today. The SS Meteor ship on Barker's Island is the last remaining whaleback ship above water in the world. A Scottish captain, Alexander McDougall, built the ship in 1896, and she sailed until 1969. She was built in Superior and made to carry a maximum amount of cargo with a minimum draft. Now she sits as a museum for the public. Megan Meyer, executive director of Superior Public Museum, says she's become an iconic landmark in Superior.
In Superior, we have a lot of fantastic historic landmarks here, and it's especially significant because so much of our industry up here is shipping. To have such a unique ship here, and especially the last one in the world.
There will be a celebration from 4:30 to 8:30 tonight with drinks, free tours, and food. Money raised will help install lifeboat covers and repair the steam engine so it can operate during tours. Still to come on Live at 5, a donation to the local Boys and Girls Club will help kickstart their new mobile computer lab project. Details on the big gift as we take you around the Northland after the break.
Fall is here, and you know what that means. Oktoberfest. It's beer, food, music, and yeah, those funny outfits. And nobody does Oktoberfest better than the Breeze Inn. Now through October 10th, the crew has prepared a full German lunch and dinner menu in addition to their current menu. Raise a pint of your favorite Oktoberfest beer and celebrate German food and live music in the big tent at the Breeze Inn. This Saturday, the Breeze welcomes the Carlson Brothers, the Jute Joint Bandits, and the Northwoods Band from 4 to 11. Reservations and outside seating available. The Breeze Inn, just minutes up Gene Duluth Road. Prost! Black Bear Casino Resort is proud to bring you Rick Springfield live in the Otter Creek Event Center Friday night, December 17th. Rick Springfield live at the Bear. Get your tickets available now at the Players Club or online at blackbearcasinoresort.com. Make the Bear your place to see Rick Springfield live at the Otter Creek Event Center Friday, December 17th.
Blue Cross made it easy to find a plan that fits my needs.
If you're looking for a Medicare plan, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Minnesota can help you understand your Medicare benefits and choices with this free guide.
The guide helped me understand what Medicare does and doesn't cover, and how I could add coverage if I wanted to.
With 96% of Minnesota doctors and hospitals in the Blue Cross network, plus a broad selection of affordable Medicare plans developed for Minnesotans by Minnesotans. It's no wonder nearly half of all Minnesota seniors has a Blue Cross Medicare plan. From Bemidji to Blue Earth, Twin Cities to Two Harbors, Blue Cross has you covered.
I get to keep my doctor, and I'm saving money. Can't beat that.
Go online or call the number on your screen now for your free Medicare decision guide from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Minnesota. You and Blue, because together is better.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Spirit Mountain on this overcast fall evening. If the rain holds off, it could be a beautiful morning for the fall turkey season opener tomorrow in Minnesota. Dave will be in with this week's full forecast in just a few minutes. But first, let's take a look around the region. A sign winter is on its way with a Bear Grease kickoff event in Two Harbors and a fundraiser honoring Iron Range history in Mountain Iron next weekend. All of that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. We start things off in Lincoln Park tonight, where a local internet provider is giving back to the community. This past Monday, Charter Spectrum donated 10 Chromebooks and $1,500 to the Lincoln Park branch of the Boys and Girls Club. This will kickstart the club's goal of creating a new mobile technology lab. Kids in attendance also received ice cream, and a lucky winner got to take home a laptop to keep. The Boys and Girls Clubs of the Northland will host their annual gala next week. Next, we head to Two Harbors, where they're holding the first Bear Grease event of the season. Tomorrow will be the Bear Grease Fur K and Oktoberfest at the Itasca County Fairgrounds. There will be 2 heats of the 5K race on the Erki-Herju Ski Trail, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. Additionally, Dogtoberfest will feature over a dozen local brews. Tickets will be available at the gate, and the event will also feature live music. And we wrap up in Mountain Iron tonight, where an annual event is returning this year with a few changes. The 3rd annual Iron Range Pasty Festival returns next Saturday, the 9th, and there's still time to place your order. Due to the pandemic, most in-person aspects had to be canceled for the year, but they'll still be selling frozen pasties to order, playing live music, and will feature a scavenger hunt and rutabaga bowling for the family. We'll have a link for more information or to place your order on our website. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email. It might be featured as we go around the Northland, city by city. Still to come on Live at 5, as the Superior National Forest is containing wildfires from this summer. They're starting prescribed burns to reduce fuel in other parts of the forest. More on where you can expect that in just a few minutes.
Temperature-wise, today topped out at 70 degrees at the airport in Duluth. The normal is 60. Up on top, well, we're looking at a cloudier sky, and out of those clouds, at least a 50% chance for rain tonight. We'll talk about the odds tomorrow and Sunday coming up after our break.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
It's Super Saturday at Home Furniture, and everything is on sale. Plus 3-year special financing with no money down, no minimum purchase, and free shipping. This Saturday only at Home Furniture. You've heard the saying, if it looks like bacon and it tastes like sausage, it's probably Johnsonville sausage strips. Oh, you never heard that? Well, sausage strips are pretty new. They're strips of sausage in amazing flavors like maple and chorizo. You can find this meaty miracle by the bacon, even though it's sausage.
Whoa.
As we finish up another baseball season, I recently finished an extensive window replacement project on my home. I worked with your home improvement company and they hit it out of the park. For your next window, door, bathroom, or roofing project, get the quality and service you deserve with the Midwest's largest full-service home improvement company. Your home improvement company is my home improvement company, and they should be yours too. Contact them today for a free estimate on your next home project.
It's Super Saturday at Home Furniture, and everything is on sale. Plus 3-year special financing with no money down, no minimum purchase, and free shipping. This Saturday only at Home Furniture.
The Kelly Clarkson Show is hitting the road and kicking off a new season in NYC. Big shows, big stars, and big surprises. From Central Park to Coney Island, I'm putting the y'all in New York. You didn't even know it was there, but it is now.
Get your news on the go, the CBS3 mobile app. Now, the CBS3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, September's wrapped up. October is here. Let's take a look at September stats. As far as temperatures went, they went to warmer than normal levels, plus 3 degrees in Fahrenheit, just in case you're wondering. Precipitation, well, we beat the trend of being dry for so many months. We actually went about 1/10 more than normal. Just a week or two ago, it was looking like we'd be 2 inches more than normal, and then it became dry once again. And so on that note, long-range forecasters think October could return towards those dry conditions. So it was nice to get a break in the precip action here. We could start October on a rainy note, though, because of a low-pressure system slowly trying to work its way through the area. We'll talk about its progression here after our first look at the current conditions. Airport in Duluth at 71 there right now. 73% is our relative humidity. Southwest winds running 9 miles per hour. 30.4 inches of mercury. That's our barometric pressure. At the surface, still on the high side, but low enough aloft for all those clouds you see out there over the twin ports here. Southwesterly wind, that's a pretty good sign of an advancing cold front, but the cold front attached to our low is moving so slowly that it's taken its sweet time in getting here. Current temps, well, warmer towards the UP continues, 74 to 78 there, and parts of northern Wisconsin are on the warmer side as well, 72 to 77 from Solon Springs to Hayward. A little cooler by the lake, Superior and LaPointe in the mid to upper 60s, for example. Minnesota numbers are warmer to the south, 70 from Cloquet to Moose Lake, for example, cooler to the north, 64 in Orr, 66 in International Falls, 67 in Hibbing. The general trend for the next week will be for temperatures that ascend from the 70 mark more towards the mid-60s. And I'll show you how persistent those mid-60s will be with the 7-day forecast in just a little bit. But here's a look at the Doppler map right now. We've got a low-pressure system to our west, and that cold front is moving so very slowly. So some towns have been getting some rain here today. Northern Minnesota, for example, has been receiving some lightish rains here for the most part. A couple of embedded thunderstorms popping off, though. And that's the general trend then for the rest of the region during the overnight here, as our slow-moving low-pressure system continues to work through. So slow now that I'm thinking we do have a 40% rain chance to follow up tomorrow, and still a 30% chance on the backside of the low on Sunday with a cloudier sky. Sunshine now may not return until Monday with that high-pressure system. So how much rain could we get? Moderate totals here spread over the 2 days. We could go about 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch around the area. Tonight, temperature-wise in Minnesota, the range of lows will be about 55 to 62. 50% shower and storm chance for Minnesotans, and it's a 60% shot for Wisconsin and the UP. Low temps there should go about 56 to 60. I don't know how South Shore number got up into Cook County. We'll have to figure that out here in just a bit. Taking a look at Wisconsin tomorrow, 50% rain chance, high 69 to 71, actually 68 to 71. 60s towards 70 for Minnesota as well, 40% rain chance. And then Sunday, still a 30% chance for morning showers. Then it dries up on Monday, Jenna, and we get our temperature at 65 degrees, and it looks like the thermostat stuck. It could stay at 65 all the way through next Friday.
Hey, if that's the case, then that sounds good to me.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's happy with a little bit of 65
That is
the
5
week.
degrees warmer than normal.
That is. Hey, we'll take it. I even noticed today it didn't seem too cold out there in comparison to a couple
we were
days
about
ago.
10 degrees warmer than
It was
normal.
nice. Thanks, Dave. The Superior National Forest Service plans to begin controlled burns as early as today. They say most of these will be pile burns to get rid of extra fuel buildup for future wildfires. While the Northland is still seeing drought conditions, the Forest Service says conditions have improved thanks to nearly 6 inches of rain in September. Autumn's shorter days, cooler temps, and higher humidity levels also give greater confidence for safer burns. You can find more information on when and where these prescribed burns will happen on our website. Meanwhile, Grandma's Marathon is still planning for a full capacity event for the first time in 2 years. Registration for the full and half marathons and the 5K race all open at 7 tonight. It's first come, first served. This year's races will be held on June 18th, 2022. The full and half marathons are also expected to return to their usual route along Superior Street instead of diverting runners onto Michigan Street due to construction. And today's the first day of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Duluth firefighters are dressing for the occasion. Members of the Duluth Local 101 Union are sporting pink shirts this month to raise awareness. In previous years, the community was also encouraged to buy shirts to help raise money for the American Cancer Society. This year, they're encouraging people to make direct donations to the organization. Still to come, a proposal is on its way to the Wisconsin legislature that could increase the protection for first responders on roadways. More information after the break.
Eric Paulson here from Discover Wisconsin. Join me and the rest of the crew every week on this station for all things Wisconsin. Continue the adventure on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and discoverwisconsin.com. And don't forget to subscribe to the Cabin Podcast, available wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Calling all Bulldogs. Do you consider yourself a diehard UMD Bulldog fan? Send a picture of you or you and your crew all decked out in your Bulldog attire for a chance to be the My9 Sports Bulldog Fan of the Week. Follow the My9 Sports Facebook page and post your pictures there to be entered into our weekly random drawings. Each Fan of the Week will be showcased in our My9 Sports UMD Athletics Broadcast of the Week. The My9 Sports Bulldog Fan of the Week is brought to you by the Duluth Tap Exchange.
Get ready, y'all. Start spreading the news. We're taking the show on the road and kicking off a new season in NYC. Big shows, big stars, and big surprises. We're going big in the Big Apple. Well, that works too. From Central Park to Coney Island, I'm putting the y'all in New York. You didn't even know it was there, but it is now.
Is being challenged by DFL.
The race is on. Learn how Berkey 2021
is it safe to be ice fishing on Lake Superior?
New funding is bringing more mental health resources.
Dave Anderson.
How a popular new recreational area is allowing.
Hear how one vaccination clinic in West Duluth is focusing
into the COVID-19 pandemic, and food insecurity is still new year, new ownership.
To stay up to date with the news and weather that impacts you and your community, join us weekdays for CBS3 Live at 5.
Hi, Gail King here, inviting you to join us every morning right here on CBS. We'll have the important stories and the interviews, all the news that matters really, and best of all, we'll have a good time together. We like to do that. And now you can find us anytime you want on the new Paramount Plus app. So we'll see you every morning right here on CBS. I thought that one was pretty good.
Hurricane Ida hit Louisiana hard. The people there, their families, and businesses have a long road to recovery. And now it's time for each of us to help lift up Louisiana. Text IDA to 51555 and donate to the Salvation Army relief efforts as they provide relief to those impacted by Hurricane Ida. Learn more at CBS3Duluth.com or the CBS3 News app. Live, local, CBS3, helping lift up Louisiana. When you watch CBS3, you get up-to-date team coverage. Online, on your phone, and on the air.
6 o'clock this evening as we enter the overnight.
Right down to your neighborhood. For local weather coverage you can trust, tune to CBS3. Get your news on the go. The CBS3 mobile app.
A bill making its way through the Wisconsin legislature would mean stricter rules on the road. That bill would increase fines and potential jail time for people who hit a first responder working at a crash site. Our affiliate WEAU's Max Cotton shares details on that proposal.
State Representative Jesse James is the former Altoona police chief. He says his experience on the streets is why he's supporting legislation cracking down on drivers who don't slow down near crash sites.
It is scary out there, extreme scariness out there. It's like fear factor. We heard testimony that people would rather go to inside a burning building than responding on accident scenes along our highways.
Wisconsin State Trooper Dave Aris says he's seen plenty of cars zoom right by him on the highway.
If you're sitting on the side of the road and someone goes by at highway speed, you definitely feel your car rock, and you can feel all that energy going by you. You can just imagine if it hits you.
These dangerous situations led to State Representative Amy Loudenbeck sponsoring the bill. She says while it probably won't affect drivers who already slow down, move over, and focus on the road when they see flashing lights, it will give first responders more tools to ensure everyone drives safely.
The bill creates what's called an emergency response zone, where under the bill, responders could slow down the speed of traffic, and distracted driving or reckless driving would be subject to increased penalties.
And while the proposal creates new rules about phone use and other distractive behaviors, Trooper Aris says the most important thing is slowing down near emergency personnel.
It'll happen real quick. At highway speeds, the reaction time when you see something or someone's coming out, you won't have much reaction time, and someone will unfortunately get hurt or worse. And that's what we don't want to see.
Current state law only requires drivers move over and slow down.
The proposal would double the fine for distracted driving and reckless driving in an emergency response zone. The bill passed the state assembly earlier this year. The Senate has yet to vote on it.
On this Friday night, vaccine mandate for kids. California becomes the first state to require the COVID vaccine for students. Could other states soon follow? Plus, one pill can kill. Overdoses hit record highs, fueled by a flood of fentanyl-laced pills, heroin, and cocaine. And it's Friday, so our On the Road series continues. With floodwaters rising, a driver's prayers were answered by the few and the proud. The CBS Evening News is just minutes away.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health. 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer. Regular mammograms can help find it early. Schedule yours today.
Culligan. Our water makes my skin and hair feel like I'm 90.
How do you feel about high-efficiency water softeners from Culligan Water?
What?
How do you feel about smoother skin and luxurious hair?
I feel very good about that.
That's the power of water.
The Royal Enfield Bullet was designed in 1955 and not updated until 2008. It takes an experienced hand to keep one running. I've ridden in the rain and the snow, but prefer not to. That's why motorcycles and meteorology go together so well. It also takes an experienced hand to make an accurate riding forecast. As our region's longest-serving meteorologist, I think I have the touch needed to get it right.
Watch Dave Anderson weeknights at 5, 6, and 10.
Epilepsy can affect anyone with a brain.
It does not discriminate.
If you have a brain,
you can get epilepsy.
But here's something that's just as important to know.
Anyone with a brain can affect epilepsy.
So let's use our brains to do just that.
Let's change the way people think about epilepsy.
To find cures.
Because if all of us can get epilepsy,
all of us can end epilepsy.
We just need to use our brains.
Let's use our brains.
Let's use our brains.
Let's use our brains to end epilepsy.
I got into journalism when I was in high school, actually, and that's where I really fell in love with the news and the storytelling aspect of it. Being able to bring those things together and keep people informed. It's so important for us to be in a community like Duluth, to be able to hear your stories and then bring them to everybody else in the community.
Watch Caitlin and Jenna in the morning at 5 and 6 a.m. Get your news on the go, the CBS3 mobile app.
We're kicking off a new season in NYC. I'm putting the y'all in New York. You didn't even know it was there, but it is now.
Welcome back to the CBS3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look at Canal Park on this Friday evening. Now let's take a look back at today's top story and see what's coming up at 6. Here's another live look at the ongoing police standoff happening in the Spirit Valley neighborhood. What we know right now, this is all started around 12:30 this afternoon. That's when Duluth police started getting reports of crimes happening in both Duluth and Superior, including an attempted armed bank robbery, a car theft, and a police chase throughout the Twin Ports area before ending here at this building. We'll hear more from the scene tonight at 6. That's your CBS3 News at 5. Your CBS Evening News is next. And we'll see you right back here at 6 o'clock.